Welcome to the Fatherhood News Podcast, your daily news headlines of all the news from the fatherhood space in Elite Dangerous. Here are today's headline on the 4th of November 3306. And we would be honored if you please follow us here and subscribe to us on YouTube. We begin today's broadcast with the situation in Antobri continues to fester with Social DP Camilla Pardalis Values Party, and Antobri Public Incorporated currently in a Cold War, slim chromium drilling and general energy research facilities both seeing a number of conflict zones starting, with the Green Party of Antobri hoping profits from the rearming will increase the profit share of the Triple R vertical due to this war. In a statement today, Suai Singh Netcom's organization in Ashandras have said the Union of Ashandras coalition forces are no match for their mercenaries and they will continue to dominate the war for the Tanner Penal Colony, stating that they will not turn this rehabilitation facility to the slave owners of the Union of Ashandras coalition. In response, the Union of Ashandras coalition General Kyan Walsh has said that words are cheap and they will continue their attacks until they free the illegal prisoners held in the colony. The siege for the Cooperative Culture Ministry in Badaba continues, with strategic conflict zones deployed by Badaba Interstellar where they are engaging with revolutionary Badaba Progressive Party forces. The civil war now very much in progress, peace talks efforts by the Bureau of Badaba unable to bring both sides to the table. This civil war has divided this Federation star system, and our thoughts are with the 6 billion citizens of Badaba. Fortuna Life Company and Manamaya continue to defend Mini Horizons and have said 25% of conflict zones have been dominated and the forces of social Manamaya Democrats are retreating. Eyewitnesses report that commanders' dissension can be heard in Al Haitam Enterprise, with many blaming General Adam Burke's lack of experience as the main reason for these losses. In day 4 of the peace talks between Labay State Holdings and Green Party of Zasha, both sides have refused to talk to the waiting press. Citizens in Manamaya are urging both factions to keep talking. The Fatherhood News unnamed sources understands that the talks are not going well, and the Green Party of Zasha refusing to negotiate a power share deal for Shuttleworth Terminal. Grand Hawksteading defenses can now be seen to be failing, with waves of commanders that were contracted to Shetty Limited continuing to leave the conflict zones, while Defense Party of Shetty continue their assault. Defense contracts continue to be issued, but from figures obtained by the Fatherhood News, it is clear that only 1% of these are being signed and none have been completed this cycle. The war between LHS 1681 Confederacy and Nozan State Incorporated in V491 per se is now at a stalemate, with both sides attacking and counter-attacking each other. Universal Reflection Systems in Ocampo Depot have halted all operations. The markets are waiting for the outcome of this war, with traders stating that it's too close to support either side. In election news, LHS 1483 Values Party bid to hold England Depot is fading against Social Ross 346 coalition, but not all votes have been counted and passengers are on the way to cast their vote in this election for this iconic depot. Elections in Uchala Roja for Cooper Enterprises leaning to the purple transport industry. Uchala Roja Travel Industries have released a campaign video showing dolphins leaving to get out of star system voters. This drive has proven to work for the travel industries, as many voters in the past seeing this as a free way to move into the system in first-class accommodation. In business news, VD Plus 69 238 Posse have said they're winning the hearts of the people of BD Plus 69 238, and it's time to end the BD Plus 69 238 monarchy's arrogant and antiquated ways. This civil unrest all started due to the refusal of BD Plus 69 238 monarchy to refund the fleet carrier costs back to the posse. Following the end of day 1 of the meeting of the KIR 7, The Kier gang influence rose in the hopes that this famine is coming to an end and lockdown protocols is hoped to be lifted by the end of the conference. The Confederacy of Kier have said they will not support any action taken by this illegitimate meeting. A member of the Fatherhood Blue Squad, named only as Hot Point to protect their identity, was transported to Tanner Penal Colony in Warnates after getting exposed for falsifying the fatherhood taxes relating to the repairs to the Haejangai docking bays. This decision was condemned by a number of commanders due to the lack of due process and claims that this is fraudulent gossip have been made at the Fatherhood News that have been rejected in the strongest possible terms by the Fatherhood News Network. Volunteers have braved the docking bays in Gagarin Dock to supply food cartridges to the demonstrators loyal to the LHS 1848 Blue Ring political refugees. Many citizens can be seen crossing dangerous areas and putting themselves at risk, with the Fatherhood urging that this must stop for their safety and the safety of the docking bay workers. LHS 28 commodities outbreak seems to be under control with no new cases reported, and influence is holding steady at 3.7%. In a statement by Chancellor Coraline Foreman, she warned that it's early days and they have a long way to go before they can claim a victory over this virus. Manamaya Rat's leader Inky has asked that the Fatherhood are removed from the process of relief to stop what he has called an illegal practice of profiting from charity. The Fatherhood say that they are operating within agreed legal guidelines and have refused to step down from this process. Our final story today is the NLTT 14,879 Jet Boys and Warnates Blue organization have said it is disappointing that commanders have not come to their aid and is claiming that Fatherhood commanders only have war and profit on their mind. I have been Hannah Williams for the Fatherhood News Podcast. Remember, our main news program can be found on thefatherhoodwing.space and also on YouTube. And for an up-to-the-cycle update on all these and other stories, please follow us on Twitter at NewsFatherhood. Fly safe, commanders, and as we say here in the Fatherhood News Network, don't dream of the stars, fly amongst them.